All right, this next guy coming to the stage is so likable that he has people from a job he no longer works here to see him. That's usually people are like, good riddance, I don't ever see you again. But not this guy. Very funny guy. Put your hands together for Al Carfora.
Some enchanted. I feel very, very inadequate up here. I'm really scared shitless, I gotta tell you. I don't have any penis jokes. I feel very inadequate. I'm also a little nervous. I'm very nervous, actually, because I made the mistake at about 2 o'clock. I had about 24 ounces of Yankee bean soup. I don't know how powerful the microphone is, but I'll try not to yawn in anybody's direction. Some of you know I teach driving. I've been teaching driving for 32 years. I take people out, teach them how to drive in New York City. It's not a joke, no, I do. I find it very relaxing. I don't know what it is. I get in the car with somebody who's never driven before, and I get such a moment of zen. It is the weirdest fucking thing, I tell you. Well, I promise I wouldn't curse or tell dirty jokes. My daughter's in the audience. She's afraid I'm going to embarrass her. Liza doesn't have good luck with men. Let me tell you what happened. I just one story, Liza. It's kind of sad. She's a good-looking girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, 2 master's degrees, intelligent, a little bossy, but So she meets a guy on one of these, dating sites? The old-fashioned way, we used to pick up girls. You go into a bar, you watch who's drinking with who, and when the guy's girlfriend gets drunk and falls off the stool, you walked over to her and said, would you like to go, get some dinner or something? She'd say, sure. But now people are meeting on all kinds of dating sites. So she meets a guy from way the hell out in Suffolk County, the DWI capital of New York State. They have more DWIs in Suffolk County than any other place in the world. It's incredible. I got pulled over in Suffolk County coming from my son's wedding, but that's another story. And I wasn't even drinking that. I was drinking Coca-Cola. So anyway, Liza sets up a date with this guy. He says, I want to take you out to eat, and I want to take you to the city. Now, we live near Long Beach and Rockaway. So what happens, the guy shows up, and he wasn't exactly dressed like he was going to a really classy place. Liza was wearing the typical little black dress, the nice nylons, the heels, the whole bit. And he took her to the city. He took her down to Long Beach, which I thought was nice. Long Beach has some good restaurants. He takes her on the boardwalk, and he says, order as many hot dogs as you want. So it didn't go well, and her heels kept getting caught in the boardwalk. This was the wooden boardwalk, and she's walking stuck like. So not good luck with men. I'm driving home from my son's wedding a couple of years ago, and I'm in Suffolk County. I'm in the right-hand lane. I'm doing 40 miles an hour. The speed limit's 40. It's 1:45 in the morning, and the Suffolk County cops pull me over. I haven't been pulled over in 40 years. I didn't even know they would pull me over. I kept driving. I'm like, why is this idiot cop following me? I'm in the right-hand lane. I'm in the freaking right-hand lane. I'm doing the speed limit. I got 2 hands on the wheel, 9 and 3. By the way, it's not 10 and 2 anymore. It's 9 and 3 because of the airbag. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up the job. Sorry. Anyway, just so you know, if you want to go home and impress your friends and relatives, the steering wheels are smaller today. So today you hold it at 9 and 3, not 10 and 2. Yes, see, things you learn here. Normally I charge $40 for a class, but you guys are getting a bonus. So they pull me over, and they go license, registration, and insurance card. So I do what I taught people to do in the class. I put the car into park. Oh shit, I looked over here and thought the red light was on already. I turned the engine off, I roll down the window, I put my hands in plain sight, and I hand the cop my stuff. He comes back in a couple of minutes, he says, nice car, I just bought a brand new car. after my other one was totaled in Hurricane Sandy. So he says, nice car. I said, thanks very much. He said, did it come with headlights? I never turned on the freaking headlights because all my other cars had, daytime running lamps. The minute it gets dark, the lights come on automatically. This one, you had to set a switch. So if you would have, thank God I wasn't drinking, because if he said to me, have you been drinking? And you say yes, oh man, that's when the breathalyzer and all the other crap comes out. Your eye looks a little bloodshot. Lock him up for DWI. Okay, now where was it? We're talking about driving. How many people had problems learning how to parallel park? Okay, the biggest fear people have, you take somebody out who's never driven before. You take them out on the road, and the first freaking thing they say to you is, I want to learn how to parallel park. Meanwhile, they're going down the street like a piece of spaghetti in the soup. They don't know which turn signal to put right, which turn signal to put left. They don't know the difference between the freaking gas and the brake, but I want to learn how to parallel park. I try to explain to them that the parallel parking is the last thing they do on the road test, and most of the time, if you're going to fail, you don't go to the parallel parking. You don't get to the parallel parking. So they look at me and they go, I want to learn how to parallel park. All right. So I had a lady one day, had her in the 5-hour class. She said, oh, you did a nice class. Can I take a driving lesson after the class? I said, no problem. Now, those of you, how many people here we got from Rockaway? Hey, let's hear it. Ah, shut up. So anyway. This one's laughing. I don't even know who are you? I mean, I understand if my friends laugh. Who are you? Do they put people in the audience? I feel good. She's laughing like, okay. So anyway, I put her in the car on Mott Avenue. Mott Avenue is like the worst street in Rockaway. It's busy, it's crowded, it's congested. So the poor lady, we pulled out of the spot. We're going down the road. She's doing really good. She's going nice and straight. She's hitting the gas just right. She's hitting the brake just right. And, classy place. So we get about a block and a half away, and all of a sudden we get caught in a traffic jam on Mott Avenue, right in front of the Chase Manhattan Bank. While we're sitting there, the bank gets robbed. 3 guys run out of the bank, and the true story. I wouldn't bullshit. The guy in the getaway car panics. He drives away. So the 3 guys run out of the bank, no getaway car. They look up and down the street. They see my driving school car. True story. If you don't believe me, read The Wave, our local newspaper. They walk over, they open the door, they pull me out of the freaking driving school car. They jump in with this poor woman who never drove before. Okay. One guy put a gun to her head, the other guy put a gun to his stomach. The lady starts crying, freaking out. She's got tears coming down her eyes. She says to the guy with the pistol, I'll do anything you want, she said. Just don't ask me to parallel park. That actually got a laugh. I told you that would get a laugh, Rose. I told you. I have twin sisters. Now, I taught them both how to drive when we were teenagers. My sisters are 2 years younger than me. I don't care if you get pissed off about the story. If it gets a laugh, you'll live with it. Don't worry. And besides, it wasn't you, it was the other sister. Okay? We're going to play make-believe. It was the other sister. So the first one takes the road test and passes it the first time. No, it's not true. I make this shit up. The second one takes it 9 times. Now, back in the old days, they didn't tell you right away if you passed or failed. They sent you a letter in the mail. Right. They spent so much money on postage to my other sister, they finally just sent her the damn license. The state was running above a budget deficit. Where's Bruce Jaffe? Bruce, could you come up for a minute? I need your help. We're going to play a game right now. No, that's nothing to do with ODD. You guys want me to tell disability jokes, You come to another show for that. Bruce, how you doing? You all right? I know you hate to be in front of people, right? You hate this. You're going to be so pissed off at me. But I want to prove, just calm down. Don't bite. Now, we're going to play Anybody Can Be a Comedian. I'm going to tell a joke. It's kind of an old joke. You're going to memorize it because you're pretty sharp. And then you're going to tell the joke while I sit down. No, it'll work. You have to have faith. Bruce, the only thing that happens to you when you drink is it helps you. I don't know if you... Now, here's the joke. This is an old joke. This is a very old joke. A guy's driving down this... Some of you may have heard this joke. I'm stealing this joke, but I just want to prove that anybody can be a comedian. This is no big deal, you know? This is like... Okay, so a guy's driving down the road, and he's got a car full of penguins. You guys ever hear this joke? Oh, you guys haven't heard it. Who said yes? Oh. You come up and tell it then. Okay. So a guy's driving down the road with a car full of penguins. Penguins. The car's full with penguins. You like this one, huh, Marcia? It's pretty funny. Oh, you're my friend. I want to have, you know, we don't get to see each other. You live, where the hell you live, Jersey? Yeah. He lives so far down in Jersey that he only gets Philadelphia stations on his television. He is so freaking far away. He can't even get New York radio stations on AM. My wife has made him. She said, whatever you do, don't embarrass Bruce. He's your best friend. You're going to piss him off. But no matter what I do to Bruce, we go back a long way. As a matter of fact, Karen, I'm leaving you next week and we're moving in together. Fuck yours. What the hell? There's a red light. Okay, no, that's the other red light. If it's a blinking red light, what does that mean? That means that's the same thing as a stop sign. It means a stop sign, stupid. If it's blinking red, it means stop. And you're driving how many years? All right, so Bruce, anybody can be a comedian. So the guy's driving down the road with a car full of penguins. The cops pull him over. They said, what the hell are you doing with these penguins in the car? Take them to the damn zoo. You can't be driving down the road with a car full of penguins. So the guy says, all right, officer, I don't have any problems. Thank you very much for the warning. The next day, the cop is sitting there at the same spot. The guy comes back with a car full of penguins. The cop pulls him over again. He says, what the hell are you doing? He says, I thought I told you yesterday, take those damn penguins to the zoo. Guy says, well, I did, your officer. We took him to the zoo yesterday, but today we're going to the movies.
A man's driving down this street with a car full of penguins. See, this isn't going to be this thing. And he stopped by a cop. Cop says, why do you have all these penguins here? And you're not allowed to have them. Okay, he says, bring him to the zoo. Okay, next day he comes back again, and he's driving with a car full of penguins again. And the cop stops him and says, why do you have them? Taking him to the zoo. I don't know. Take him to the zoo. Yeah, I took him to the zoo yesterday, taking him to the movies.
Is that hard? Was that tough? Are you pissed off at me? No, I can do anything I want with Bruce. That's why we're friends. I can do anything with Bruce. My wife says, don't embarrass your friends. This is why nobody likes you. I said, I got 40 effing people coming to see a show tonight and another 20 out of town. So anyway, we hired a guy in the driving school one day. We didn't know it, but he had narcolepsy. I don't know what she's drinking. Give me a gallon of it. No, the guy actually had narcolepsy. So he goes out in the car with this guy from India who never drove before. They're going down the road. They're on kind of a busy street, Cigarette Boulevard. It's a 3-lane road in each direction. They're in the middle lane. They stop at a red light, and the instructor... The guy from India doesn't know what the hell to do. So he looks over, and the guy's flew on the heavy. What's that sleep apnea? Is it an allowance, Marcia? Is that an allowance? Wait until I start on Marcia if we have time. But anyway. Yeah, we got lots. We got all night for that one, huh? I love Marcia.
I love you too.
She's the boy. Return a case and see. I love Al. He's such a great supervisor. What the fuck is this? Okay. Anyway, you stupid son of a. Okay. So anyway, so the cops come up and then the guy's sound asleep, and the cops are a little annoyed. So they take the car back to the driving school along with the student and the instructor. They wake him up. Now, the guy who owned the driving school at the time was kind of an ornery, cheap guy. So they walk in and they go, Marty, listen, you're not going to believe this. We're down on Seagirt Boulevard. He said, your instructor is sleeping. The car's stuck in the middle of Seagirt Boulevard, holding up traffic. He says, what the hell is going on? Marty looks at the cop, he looks at the student, he looks at the instructor. The guy's name was Sandy. He says, Sandy, I got one question for you. Did you get the $40 for the lesson? True story. The light is red. That means what, do I have to get off now, or do I have to wait till it to blink? Now. Did I mention I feel so inadequate? I don't have any penis.
You got the car full of penguins.
I'll let the union figure this one out. Here you go.
Al Carfora, let him hear it. First time on stage. Congratulations. He seemed like a natural, very comfortable, you know? Is that how he was at work? Very nice guy. First time on stage. Congratulations, Al. Hope to see you back doing more shows.